are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. Here I am again in the orange room for our final video on allies in the woods, and we're going to be looking at Fairfolk. So we're going to be looking at Fae and Huldra and Huldrauga. Now the Fae, if ever there was a warband where you sort of thought the Fae have a hole that needs filling in absolutely not a dodgy way, the Fae are it. Okay, they have Whist Hounds, and let's face it, Whist Hounds are terrifying 7-point troops because they're walking 7. They're one of the few troops in the game who can sprint 3 walk actions, and with an agility of 4, that means they're getting a 16-inch move, and they can do it. And they can do it and still hit you with a finesse of 6 if they catch you. So they are horrifying things, but they only have an endurance of 3, so you only want to hit them once and they're down. So what the Fae are desperately in need of is a fighter who can go the distance. And remember how we looked at warband lists allying with warband lists last time? That's very much going to be the case here. They have that because they can ally with the Huldra, because both are seedy. Even though the Huldra don't really like the Fae, there's not this massive enmity between them. You might find a Huldra warrioress fighting alongside the Fae, and they are good fighters. Okay, so 20 points. It's going to be the same whether you're buying a Fae noble or a Huldra warrior. Get yourself a Huldra. Absolutely, get yourself a Huldra. You're getting a leaf sword, hide shield, cloak, somebody who's got shieldcraft, so not only do they have a shield, they know how to use it, axecraft and berserker, good fighters. Get yourself a Huldra. Do the Huldra need the Fae? Maybe not so much. It depends. Possibly if you want a bit of fate weaving, that's where you might stick a Fae in a Huldra warband, possibly. The other things that the Fae have going for them is Brownies and Sprites. They're kind of domestic attendants. They're house elves, as it were. Brownies are healers. Okay, so we talked about healers a couple of videos ago and how useful they are. And Brownies are very useful as healers. They're also provident, so that's useful in a campaign. They're also world dancers, like most of the Fae are, so they can disappear and reappear at will. And as a healer, that's going to be useful. They can dance off the battlefield, wait until someone needs healing, dance back on the battlefield, sort them out, dance off again, and wait until they're needed. So they're your roving medical kit, and at 15 points a turn, 15 points a model, they're going to be the cheapest first aid kits in the entire book. So probably get yourself a Brownie. Sprites, I mentioned that Whist Hounds were fast. Sprites can also do 3 walk actions. They have a standard walk of 8 inches, and they have an agility of 5. I'm just going to let that sink in, because that means that they can sprint for 20 inches, and they can do it because they can get 3. So you've got a 20-inch move with a Sprite, and okay, they're limited by their strength of 1. They're not going to be headbutting anything after they've done that. But if you're looking to grab something and get it off the board quickly, a Sprite's going to get you where you need to go pretty fast. Okay, so worth considering. They're more expensive. It's 26 points. That's a lot of points in a warband, particularly with a Fae warband, where you're not having many models anyway because everything's a bit expensive. So whereas the Brownie, I think, as a mobile first aid kit is a bit of a no-brainer. Sprites are maybe not so much. You have to, you're going to be fighting particular kinds of objectives if you're taking a Sprite, but worth considering them as an ally. The Huldrauga, I'm afraid to say, have 0 zero allies whatsoever. Nobody wants to ally with the horrible zombie possessed people from the void. Sorry, nobody does. They don't have any options. Which leads us to Merfolk, the last section in the book, apart from animals, who don't count in this case. Booker are our Merfolk warbands, and they are unseelie, which means that they can't have glow sticks in their army, but they can have Knuckle of E allies, and Knuckle of E are the big bad. There are several big bads in the game actually. There's the Wolver and there's the Barghest that we talked about, but the Knuckle of E is the big bad. Okay, this is a flayed, headless horseman, dripping black blood, horrible, nasty sea creature beastie. 42 points. Okay, bear with me. 42 points is a lot of points, and they're blind, so not ideal. And they're giants, so they can be easily shot at. But it's a Knuckle of E, guys. Let me run the profile for you. This is why there's so many points. Okay, a courage of 5, an agility of 4, a strength of 5. With a raw finesse, you're hitting something at 9. With 14 stamina. Okay. That means they're doing 4 walks to a sprint. And a walk is 9 inches. Now, okay, they're going to be limited to their 16-inch maximum movement. So actually, they're only going to be walking 9 inches and sprinting 16. But still, they're sprinting 16 with 2 walk actions, with 6 stamina. They've got 14 stamina. That means 8 stamina left to do other things. If they hit something with 8 stamina and 9 finesse, they're doing a lot of damage, okay? So, yeah. And they've got an aura of fear. And they're pretty scary. You know, they've got a 6-inch aura of fear. And they're terrible. And their standard claw and fang attack is impact 4. So they're much, well, not much, but they're higher than a standard sort of axe attack. So you're going down. If you're hit by a Knuckle of E, you're going down. 42 points, okay. Can the Booker afford it? Let's see now. You're only getting a standard priest profile, which is an extra point of wisdom for your leader. So you're probably going to want to pump them a little bit more than that. You're regularly looking about 20 points for a troop, although you can get away with a raider who's 15 if you don't want any of the specialisms. Is it worth spending 4 of your leader's points on a Knuckle of E? I'll leave that to you. They're cool, and they've got a really cool model, so I think it's worth it. I want to see some allies. So if you're coming to Woods in the Woods, let me know what allies you're thinking of bringing. Let me know how you're pondering with your warbands. And if you don't know what Woods in the Woods is, check it out on our website. It's our games day in beautiful Gloucestershire countryside in the middle of some woodlands. We just get together and have a really nice time in the woods, playing games of the woods, hence the woods in the woods. And it's going to be a lot of fun, so I hope to see you for that. So that sort of wraps up our look at allies. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've found any other good combinations, any other good reasons for taking any of the allied troops in the woods. So hopefully, as you will know, if you were looking at this video a couple of weeks ago, in the orange room, that's a bit of a giveaway that these were all done at the same time. Yes, okay. Shush, trade secret. These were all shot at the same time. So hopefully, this gives me enough videos for the next 3 weeks, possibly 4 weeks. So hopefully, in that time, I will get to do the terrain that I was hoping to do for the video 2 weeks ago, which is actually next Wednesday in the weird sort of, filming this before releasing it thing. So hopefully I'll have some terrain stuff to show you. Take care, and I shall see you again